So this is the Maryland Welcome Center, rest area right off I-95 here. There's a Class C RV, nice one. And the trees are dead here in the winter. It's a nice day. All the trucks are in the back of the rest area here, and the normal cars are to the left. So it's just a different experience traveling in a car versus traveling in an airplane or traveling on a train. I've done that. Traveling in a car, you have more control over when you stop, how long you stop, and where you go next. When you're traveling in a plane, train, or bus, you are traveling in a community with a group of people. You are not steering the ship. There's a pilot, there's a train driver, bus driver, and you're subject to stopping at their will, and you have to be kind of herded with the group to the next stop, like a cruise ship. I would never, now I'm not a cruise ship guy, I'm not a plane guy, I'm not a train guy, I'm not a bus guy. I've been on many of those ways to travel, but I don't like them because I'm not in control. I can't go at my own pace, and I don't want to be with a group of people. To me, traveling in a car is the most independent, most complimentary type of travel for a person who is more of a loner, more of a self-starter, more of a certain mindset, certain temperament. Obviously, you have to have road to travel from wherever you want to travel from and to. You can't travel across an ocean in a car. But if you're traveling nationally within your country, then traveling out of a car to me is my preferred way, even though it takes longer. Because I rather it take longer, but enjoy the drive on my own terms and my own speed, stop when I want, go when I want, and etc. So for me, I don't even look at traveling on an airplane or a bus or a train or a cruise because it's not my desire. And the traveling in a car is, again, for the independent, loner, introvert, and it's enjoyable. You put your music on, you put your windows down, especially if you plan it and you get good weather during your trip. Driving is very enjoyable, sparks your creativity, you see new things on the road. And you're in the driver's seat. I'm in the driver's seat right now. And that is why I prefer to travel alone, to travel in a car. And it's just my preferred way. Sometimes it's not the cheapest, or it's definitely not the quickest. The quickest way for many times would be traveling in airplane, especially if you're traveling, more than a few hundred miles, because, you get from point A to point B quicker. But it's a less enjoyable experience, at least in my opinion. Everyone has a different preference. Some people rather just, get there quicker. And I understand that. And again, it's subject to where you travel and how you travel. There's always exceptions here. But in general, I've always kind of been this way. It's always fit my personality to travel by myself, to travel in a car, not to travel with a group of people, not to be on a certain schedule. And that's it. And that explains to me a big part of why the nomadic life and traveling out of a car, and for a point living solely out of a car, played to my strengths. Nothing is perfect and nothing is forever, and again, there's many exceptions, okay? But as the example that I mainly have used and done over the past few years is traveling from New Jersey to Florida. I could travel quicker and sometimes even cheaper from an airplane from New Jersey to Florida, but I don't like heights. I don't like airplanes, number one. I don't like traveling in groups, number two. And I like to be in control and on the road, and it's more enjoyable for me. So, that's just to break it down a little bit on traveling in a car. It's just better for me, for my personality. Knowing your personality, knowing your strengths, knowing what makes you anxious and upset, and knowing what doesn't is something you have to consider. Now, I will say this. Statistically, driving is very dangerous. It's safer statistically to travel in an airplane, bus, or train in many regards. Okay, statistics are a little bit skewed because but in many regards it's accurate. So you just got to be very cautious and careful. And everything in life has a little bit of risk though. But drive, especially as you're older. Man, when I drive and I get cut off by people that are driving fast, I think about when I was young, and at times I drove fast and I was a little bit reckless. So I try to give grace and remember, I'm older now and I have a different mindset, right? So, but take your time, drive slow, stop periodically, okay, and just look out for other people. You always have to not feel that don't think other people are driving with sense, and don't look down on other people, because remember, there's times where you weren't driving with sense and you were responsible for certain things. So have a fair, balanced mind so you don't have road rage. But just remember to look out for other people, including yourself. Don't just assume someone is going to put on their blinker. Don't just assume someone is going to stop even though they're supposed to. Don't assume. And that'll keep you safer. There's no guarantees, but safer. And so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, click that thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all my members. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.